show is going to be on perfection. Perfect things and perfect people. And do it exist? Do it exist is the question that I have for many people. Do they feel how I feel? Do they see what I see? Maybe, maybe not. But I actually do believe in perfection, right? I believe there are things created perfectly, is to perfection. And I believe it's people that's perfect. And I'm gonna get into what I actually mean by perfect, because we always hear you ain't perfect, and we tell ourselves we not perfect, right? It's some truth there, and it's also the reality side, right? So perfect things, when you create something, your perspective on it, when you create it, it's perfect. But when somebody else view it, they might see some deficiencies or whatever the case may be. They may just see something awkward, or they may think it's awkward, or they just got a different perspective. So them just things. I really want to get into perfect people and people being perfect, and they really do exist, right? When I look at it, I see the in between. I see the in between of the imperfections of people. I see myself being wanting to be good, but still do not so good, right? So I believe people is people in this world that is perfect. They not on the internet. They can't coincide. They can't live in this world with sin, negativity, people with negative energy majority of the time, people trying to find their way. Those perfect people do exist, and they don't want no parts of this world. I'm talking about perfect to the T. You, I'm talking about they DNA, they spirit, the physical and they spirit is rich with purity, right? And these people hide, literally, because it's like being so perfect, you can't come into this world without being corrupted, without some dirt coming your way. You don't want a dirt hitting you. It's not that those people like egotistic. They don't have an ego. I believe these people that's perfect, they don't have an ego. They don't boast and brag on how perfect they are and compare themselves to other people. They just don't see it like that. And this is just one of my things that just came to me, and it can be the universe speaking to me, letting me know, uh, change the direction I'm moving in, right? Uh, open my mind, open my spirit, open my horizon, just broaden it. Just don't be don't isolate myself, right? And I really didn't want to be sociable when I was coming up. I really didn't, but somehow I uh I was called to socialize, right? I wanted to be one of those perfect people. I was supposed to be one of those perfect people that don't socialize with people, because I knew, and I always knew. This is something I always knew, right? But I dived in, I jumped in to socialize, and and the entertainment side of, the visual, what I'm seeing, getting caught up into the world and goes around, what goes on in the world, right? So yeah, I supposed to been one of those perfect people. And I was just having a conversation with someone, and I just brought it up. I do believe it's perfect people, and they don't show themselves. It's almost impossible for them to survive showing a light. I'm talking about pure light, not no you shine sometime of the season. The sun shine brighter in the summertime. I'm talking about they shine 365, universal eternity. Like they soul is eternity. They chosen. Them the real chosen ones. If someone's saying they chosen, they not really chosen. If you know what I mean. Because a chosen one don't have to say they chosen. They don't have to boast and brag. They don't have to put on eyelashes and makeup and all that stuff and make themselves feel secure. Like it's just like it's just a perfect world these people live in. And some of them may watch, what goes on with the internet, and they lose themselves, right? So, and it's not many, right? It's not many at all. Like, it may, what I believe is it may be hundreds, maybe 1,000 about all the people in the world that's, the billions of people, so-called billions of people in the world. But out of billions of people, maybe a few hundred, few thousand that's perfect. And they would never show their face. Just think about before the internet, how much stuff you didn't know, how gifted people are around the world, how different people are, different cultures before the internet. You may hear it in the news and they only tell you what they want you to hear. You may read it in a book, but now you got the internet and you getting it from source. So once the internet came, to me, those people really ran when the internet came. They like, oh no. It's like people to me is like vampires when it comes to people that are perfected. It's like they want their light, the people with real light. But I hear people be all, don't let nobody dim your light. I'm talking about real perfection. I'm talking about real purity. And you're not gonna see that once you. It's God complex. It's a whole God spirit. People walking around with pieces of God spirit, and they like shining, like glowing, like it's almost like you can't get close to them and they can't get close to you. Same thing with God. God's too powerful for them to get close to you. And a little bit of them having God's power is too much for you. So you think you finna see the whole God? Yeah, you done lost your mind. You will never see the whole God. You're gonna hear his voice. And his voice powerful enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. People are perfect. It's imperfections, imperfected people that strive to be perfect, and that right there to me is heaven, right? Some people that live on earth that you would never know, you never see, never, ever, ever. That's perfect. They cannot allow themselves to even take a dip into this shit. They can't take a peek. They can't open the veil and look behind the curtain. They can't bite the apple because that's sin, right? They can't even look and see what's going on in the world. They don't even want to know. They shouldn't even want to know, right? And yeah, that's what I believe, man. So if y'all believe there are perfect people in the world and they are hiding, rightfully, right? Respectfully, they should. I don't even want to meet them. I know they exist, right? That's all I need to know, is they exist, and that things can be perfected and people can change towards perfection, right? So that's the way, right? It's like don't them perfect people is they living in heaven, right? They perfect already. Whatever else going on in the world don't matter, because they are already perfect. They got everything was granted to them, right? And they just like beacons. They just like beacons, right? They just here with their energy, with that God presence, right? So they don't have to talk. They don't have to do much. They don't have to. So if you was perfect, right? If you had that God complex, that God spirit, like God's power, speaking is the least, right? You should never have to speak, right? Your presence alone speaks, if you know what I mean, right? If somebody walk in the room and they got a high frequency, a high energy, it, it's not negative, but it's just like alpha, the like fire. You can feel the heat coming off of them, right? Yo, what's going on, Carson Game? How you doing? You can feel the heat coming off of them, right? And yeah, those people we should be looking towards trying to be like, right? We should be trying to be like those people that we can only imagine what perfection look like. No ego, right? No boasting and bragging, not being self-centered, no lying, being positive all the time. Like no negative thoughts, never ever. They just happy, smiling. Their presence is it's kind of hard to explain, man. Cause I can see some people. My day is going great, gang. Carson, my day is going great. I just received a message from some very unique, powerful entities. I just received a message, and they told me that we here. It's perfect people that look like you, look like they human, but in actuality, they really not human. Cause to be perfect, right? No flaws. Like look good. The strength, the size, the health, the spirit, everything is perfect to the T. And if you don't believe them people is in this world, you got another thing coming. They are here. And without them, this world would be doomed, right? This world we exist in, right? This reality we would be doomed without the perfect entities that exist in the flesh, right? I wanted to be one of them, right? But I chose different. It's like falling out of heaven, right? So yeah, it's man, that's I've been up since yesterday, y'all. So majority of times when you fasting or you been up for over 24 hours, you get the receiving a lot of messages from the universe, from the galaxies. And I was tired for about 4 o'clock. What time is it now? 9 o'clock. It was like 4 a.m. I was getting tired of. And I just got some energy around 7, 8, maybe an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, about 7. Got some energy. And yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. They still believe in me. I know that. They still believe in me. They haven't gave up on me. Uh, no matter if I battle against whatever I'm battling with, right? Uh, I'm being arrogant. I'm being what you call it, stubborn. And they know it. They know it. The universe know I'm a stubborn person, right? I'm very stubborn. Get in my own way. Get stuck in my own way, right? I'm in quicksand, not you. I got to get out of quicksand. You can't pull me in because we might both go down. So stay out the way. And I'm the type. I don't want you to try to pull me out. I don't want both of us to go down. I don't want both of us to go down. If I'm doing bad, I don't want you doing bad. I don't want what I do affect your life and what you got going on. That's just what type of person. If I'm down, if I got some issues, if I'm struggling mentally, I don't want to isolate myself. I want to be to myself. I don't want to affect nobody else with my uh, trauma, with my, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still searching. I'm still looking. Uh, I always believe that I have all the answers, right? I always believe that, but some things are meant to be said at a certain time, and some things is not never meant to be said, right? It's not my duty, even if I know what I know, it's not my duty to do that. It's for someone else to do that, and my duty is to get back to being that perfect person that I'm supposed to be uh, before I got caught into the world, right? Being that perfect person. Yes. And I always wondered why people, look at me a certain type of way. I carry that presence, right? So it's another world where people that are perfect, they live in it, right? And the perfect people that I'm speaking of, they may not know each other. They might not know it's another perfect person like them in the world. They may not know. They may think it's just them, but soon to find out, later in their life, they're not alone, right? But they able to communicate telepathically because if they that, you know, powerful, right? If you perfect, and you got God complex, you got God particles, a certain percentage where it's activated, right? You are able to talk telepathically, right? On a high frequency, on a high level, versus a average human being, right? That we claim to be human, right? So yeah, intelligence is everywhere. Intelligence. Where do intelligence come from? I'm gonna say it again. Pure intelligence come from the universe. It's just in the air. It's just there. Where you think you get it from? you know, uh, People that read books and they claim they're intelligent because they read books. They don't explain why, like how it works, like how the brain work. How do they brain work? How do they process the information, like in detail? If they can't explain that, then I believe they more like selfish. Like it's just for self. It's a fantasy at this point. You just reading books just to fantasize. You know what I'm saying? You're not helping nobody. You're not really. But I want to know what it is. I know what it is, but I want to know if you know what does the book do for you, and could you explain that, like detail, like explain it. Take me through the whole. Take me through your brain. If you can't take me on the journey in your brain, you're not that smart, you're not that intelligent, you're not that bright, you're not that articulate. So I don't even read books. I could take you on the journey in my brain. Detail shit. I'll take you on a journey, a wild journey. You know what I'm saying? Not a wild goose chase, but a wild journey. It's gonna be nice. Cause I don't have to read books to break it down. What people experience when they read books. What do they gain? What do they learn? It makes the brain what sharper. You able to process things and communicate, articulate. That's about it. But pure intelligence, it comes at a surprise, right? The Holy Ghost. You don't. If you ever had like a out of body experience or a Holy Ghost, it hits you by surprise. That's intelligence. That's pure intelligence. It ain't come out of a book where I catch a Holy Ghost. I didn't read nothing out the book while I caught the Holy Ghost. So again, you know what you know, and that is what it is. So with all that being said, we ain't gonna waste no more time with this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all believe there are perfect people in this world? Many perfect people, right? I told y'all what I think, what I believe, what I feel, the messages I receive. You hit the comment section, tell me what you think, how you feel. What messages are you receiving? This your host, Dr. Waltz from Chicago. We want all the smoke, even with the cosmos. We on our Tupac shit. All gas, no brakes. And we out.